Are you tired of old, plain, boring walls plaguing your home? Oh, not this wall.
This one.
Well, I have the solution for you.
Crochet tapestry make for excellent wall decorations if your household suffers from PEWS. Paint everything white syndrome. I hear it's a really tragic disease. To escape this lethal curse, you're going to have to find one of these grids to recreate, such as this one. If you don't like it, I get it, you'll just have to search for alpha patterns on Pinterest and find something else. Braceletbooks.com is also a really good website for alpha patterns. You can search for anything, and I mean anything on this website, and you will find it. Most of the results are probably going to be cursed, but after a good 30 minutes of scrolling, you'll find what you want. Anyways, keep browsing until you find something you like. I like this little orange here. And then you're going to take a screenshot of it, but you're only going to take a screenshot of where there are pixels. So these numbers bordering the grid we're not going to include because we're going to take it to a pattern reading website called Fiddle.com.
I repeat, Fiddle.com.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Anyways, you're going to create a new project, choose crochet as your craft, select crochet color work, and choose no preference for your yarn. Then you're going to click from picture and upload the image we just took a screenshot of. If you choose from empty, you can also make your own pixel grid pattern. Once you've selected your image, it's going to look really distorted. But to fix this, you're going to want to hit the box that says exact size. And for this part, you're going to have to count how many pixels your original image is exactly. So mine was 32 by 32 pixels. So for the height and width, I'm writing 32 by 32. And this will get it back to its regular proportions. The program might also accidentally register extra colors in the grid. So to fix this, you have to scroll down to colors and insert the number of colors found in your original image. Mine was 3.
Just a quick breakdown on how to use this is you start with your beginning chain of how many stitches there are. But this is not your first row. Your first row begins after the chain and you get to this one on the right hand side of the screen, and wherever this number is indicates which direction you're crocheting in. So since the 1 is on the right, you'll crochet in this direction. And then for your next row, the 2 is on the left and you're crocheting in this direction. And you can't really see why that's important for these 2 rows, but for something like row 14, you need to start where the number is because the pattern is not equal on both sides, and if you accidentally start from this point in crochet, it's going to mess up your pattern. So basically you're just crocheting back and forth every time.
The numbers on the side are why I recommend using Stitch Fiddle, but also there's a progress tracker at this point here, and you can select any row you want and it will darken all the other rows and make it easy just to see what row you're on. And here's a close-up of what that looks like. To start, you're going to make a slip knot, and you're going to chain the amount of boxes in your original grid. My box had 32 pixels in it, so I'm going to be chaining 32, but of course right here I lost count on the 3rd stitch and had to start over. You need to count your stitches throughout this entire project, or else your pattern may become uneven and you really do not want that. So it is very important that you chain exactly how many pixels there are in your box. And then when you get to the end, you're going to chain an extra 1 for a turning stitch, but this does not count as your chain. Your first stitch is going to be this little square in the corner where it has 1 on the side, because remember we have to start on that side for the pattern to be even. So you're skipping your first chain and you're inserting a single crochet into the next space. This entire project will be in single crochet because the tighter stitches help illustrate the picture more clearly. So now you're crocheting from right to left of what you see on your grid. Mine is completely dark green, so that's what I'm doing for the entire row. And I should have mentioned this earlier, but each single crochet you make is equal to 1 box in the pixel grid that you're making. If you do have a color switch in your first row, you can skip to this timestamp and it'll show you how to switch colors. So we just crocheted starting here to here. Now we're gonna crochet starting from this side to this side. So basically every row you're alternating the directions you're going, which is indicated by these numbers on the side. So now for the second row, you're starting from the other side, and normally you would make a turning stitch at this point, but for tapestry crochet we don't make the stitch because it makes it confusing to see where you are in your pattern when it comes to the borders, and also it just helps create a cleaner and straighter line. Flip your work and insert a single crochet into the first stitch. This row is completely a solid color for me, so I'm just doing the same thing except we're starting on the left this time. Now we're on our third row and we're starting from the right again. Remember, we're not making a turning chain, we're just flipping the work and crocheting. This is our first color changing row. You can see there are 2 dark green stitches and then some light green ones. In order to change colors, I stop at the stitch right before the color change, pull up a loop, and then finish the stitch with the new color. Making these 2 dark green stitches, and then right before I finish the last one, right before the light green stitch, I'm pulling up a loop and then inserting the new color into the loop. After you add the new color, push the yarn of your old color to the back so it doesn't get in the way. Now it's time for another color change, and once again I'm at the stitch right before it changes colors. This time, to finish the stitch, we have to grab the yarn all the way from the other side and float it through. Some people like to carry their yarn over as they crochet, but I always think you can see the different colors from the other side, so I just grab it all the way from the other end. Because the piece of yarn that we floated was so long, I decided to cut it because it was messing with my tension a little bit. However, normally I do not recommend cutting it later because it can be a pain to weave in at the end. You have to float the color changing yarn to the same side every single time, so instead of pushing the yarn to the back when we change colors, we're going to pull it to the front so it can join the other yarn that we pulled. At this point, I think you can understand the gist of how to make the tapestry pixel grids, but I'll keep crocheting just so you can observe if you're confused on anything. Okay, I feel like this part of the video got really boring, so I asked ChatGPT to tell me a story, and here it is, so let me know if you like it.
Once upon a time, in a quaint village embraced by hills and ancient forests, lived a curious boy named Lucas. One autumn day, Lucas ventured into the woods and discovered an old, weathered tree with a hidden treasure, a beautifully carved wooden box containing a shimmering blue stone. Intrigued by its mysterious glow, Lucas took the stone home and delved into ancient tales. He learned that the stone was said to hold the power of harmony, entrusted to the guardianship of the forest spirits long ago. Filled with awe and respect, Lucas returned the stone to its rightful place under the old tree's roots. As he did, he felt a profound connection to the natural world and its mysteries. From that day on, Lucas became known as the storyteller of his village, sharing the tale of the magical stone and its journey through time. His story reminded everyone of the wonders hidden in the world around them and the importance of cherishing nature's gifts. And so, in that serene village nestled among hills and forests, Lucas's legacy lived on, a testament to curiosity, courage, and the enduring enchantment of the natural world.
Now I'm just doing a jump cut of the rest of the pixel grid. Until this point exactly in the tutorial, I decided I was obligated to make a Perry the Platypus hat for confidential reasons. Yeah, I can't really explain why I added this to the video, but anyways, here's the rest of the pixel grid. Now we're done with the grid. This is what the back looks like. As you can see in the beginning with the longer floating pieces, I cut it, but when we got to the end, the pieces were shorter, so I didn't cut them. I decided to add a single crochet border to the edge of my tapestry, which I did by inserting 2 single crochet into the first corner stitch, then single crocheting into the next corner where I inserted 3 single crochet. Single crochet along the other edge and insert 3 single crochet into the next corner. Repeat for the last side and corner. When you reach the initial corner where you put the 2 single crochet, add 1 more single crochet to that corner to make 3 and slip stitch. This is what it looks like when it's all done, and you're supposed to block it, but honestly I don't know how to do that. But here's a cat I made, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial and found it somewhat useful. So if you did find it useful, or if you even didn't find it useful at all, please subscribe, because I really want like 10 subscribers. That would be cool.